The following program is brought to you by Bizarre Productions.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Totally Necessary Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Porter, and we are here to bring you the AEW Fyter Fest post show. Dude, what'd you guys think, dude? I thought overall I was pretty satisfied with their outing here Saturday night. I didn't get to start watching this show until about 11 o'clock Saturday night. So I stayed up and I basically watched everything up until the Elite versus Lucha Bros Laredo Kid match. And then I turned it off and went to bed, dude. But I woke up this morning and I was able to finish watching that 6-man tag. Oh boy, what a fucking match that was. And then I finished it up with the Jon Moxley, Joey Janela match. Damn, dude, we'll get to that, dude. But fuck, dude, between those two matches, dude, if I would have paid, $50 for the show, I would have been pretty satisfied with just those two matches, dude. I would have said definitely the worth the admission to the show just for those two matches there. So damn, dude, just on an off note, dude, did you notice that we're almost up to episode 100 of this of the Totally Necessary Wrestling Podcast, dude? It's like, damn, dude, that's like we just passed 100 for the podcast no one listens to. We just got past that hump here within the last month or two. And now we're gearing towards episode 100 of this show. And we've just been doing this show for a little bit over a year at this point. So it just shows you how many little post shows we've been doing over this past year, dude. Watching lots and lots of professional wrestling. So I just want to take a moment before we dive into the results of Fyter Fest. Just say thank you, dude, for all you people out there that do take the time week in, week out to listen to our shit. And anybody that's new, dude, any new wrestlers or new listeners out there, dude, we just say thank you, dude. Like every download I sincerely appreciate. So I just don't ever want that to not be, acknowledged, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. But man, what a fucking weekend, dude. I had a fucking great weekend, dude. Before, we get into this here, damn, dude, we recorded 2 badass fucking episodes of the In the Mouth of Madness podcast. It'll be dropping here in the next several weeks. Fucking gotta watch Ring of Honor, Best in the World. Again, if you haven't checked out our post-show results that dropped yesterday for that, you should totally go out of your way to check out the take in 20 minutes of me talking Ring of Honor. Yeah, dude, it's been really nice out. It's really we've been up in the 80s here in Yakima. So it's been nice to be outside. I gotta mow my lawn later. I gotta do some housework and shit after I get done recording this podcast, dude. But dude, overall, man, my spirits are fucking high, dude. Gonna get back in the gym tomorrow. Gotta hit it Monday through Friday, man. Yeah, dude, it's been good. We got to record another podcast for the podcast that no one listens to. So I literally have recorded by the end of the day today, dude. I will have recorded. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 podcasts within this weekend, dude. So I knew it was gonna be, one of those weekends, but it was just like, kind of sit back. It's like, oh, this is a real easy weekend, dude. I've had a really good time, recording and just being home and not having to work. I just, just definitely been good spirits all fucking weekend, dude. All right, man. So let's go ahead and just kick it off here. Jump on into the Fyter Fest review. I did not watch the pre-show. So there were 3 matches on here I did not see. You saw Best Friends take on SoCal Uncensored and Private Party, which Best Friends picked up the win here. So this is to advance to the All Out for an opportunity at a first round bye in the AEW World Tag Team Championship tournament. So this match went 16 minutes, dude. I think kind of looking at the card here, I think if there's anything to go back and watch, I think this would have been it, dude. Because obviously SoCal Uncensored is good. Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta are good. Private Party, man, those guys are up and comers, dude. I've never even heard of them until they were announced for AEW, dude. So it's like, I think there's anything to go out of your way to fucking check out again, at least for myself personally. That definitely would be it. Also on the pre-show, we saw Ali take on Leva Bates with Peter Avalon, so the librarian tandem. This match only went 8 minutes 50 seconds, and we also saw Michael Nakazawa defeat Alex Jabali in a hardcore match. This match only went 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So that was your pre-show. They fit 3 matches into the pre-show, dude. So, yeah, dude. All right, cool. Good to see that the pre-show is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. So we kicked off the main portion of the show here. We had 6 matches on the main show here, which is good because, like I said, this show, it seems it looked to have clocked in just under 2 hours. Which is what they're going to be producing on a weekly basis, I guess, is a 2-hour wrestling show. And, I was starting to kind of think about it in regards to, when AEW comes about on their weekly, debuts their weekly TV show, which apparently is supposedly going to be on a Wednesday. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but it looks to be it's going to be a Wednesday night show. And then SmackDown moves to Fridays, dude. I'm starting to think about it, man. It's like, when are we gonna drop our wrestling podcast, dude? Because at first I was like, oh, okay, well maybe we can just move some stuff around and we'll do the wrestling podcast on a Wednesday and we'll just drop it, Wednesday night or whatever. Which I guess still could technically, but then damn, dude, I'm gonna have to watch NXT and AEW all in one night and record a podcast, dude. It's just like, wow, it's kind of becoming a lot, dude. So it's kind of like, well, do we still continue to cover WWE? The glutton in me was like, yeah, you still got to cover as much professional wrestling as possible. But I don't know, maybe we split them up into 2 shows. I don't know exactly how we're gonna handle this come this fall. But I'm definitely gonna have to move some shit around here in the next several months. In terms of when we're releasing podcasts. So, the way we're doing it now here with the In the Mouth of Madness, the podcast that no one listens to, and the Totally Necessary Wrestling podcast, it's definitely going to get shaken up here in the next couple months come October. But we kicked off the main show here, CIMA taking on Christopher Daniels. So this match went 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Ultimately, CIMA picks up the win. CIMA's going to be taking on Kenny Omega in Jacksonville at the Fight for the Fallen event here in 2 weeks' time. Which we'll definitely be covering with the post show for that and a preview for that as well in the next couple weeks. I thought it was a pretty good match, good opener. Christopher Daniels, a badass motherfucker. CIMA, don't really know shit about him, but I'm definitely intrigued to definitely learn more about this Chinese group that they're operating, Oriental Wrestling. I forget. It's like I forget the full name of it, but nonetheless, though. Solid opener, dude. I got nothing bad to say about it. Christopher Daniels, dude, he's like, what, 50 years old, dude? Still come out there and fucking perform, dude. I guess he's like their head of talent relation in AEW. So I would imagine that his career isn't going to be going on for years upon years upon years, and he will be taking a lesser role in the ring here. But him and SoCal Uncensored is, dude, it's arguably one of the hottest acts in professional wrestling. So our second match of the evening on the main card was Rio taking on Yuka Sasaki and Nyla Rose. This match went 12 minutes and 30 seconds. It's a 3-way match here, women's match. Only women's match on the main card. So these are Joshis, I believe, is the term for women's wrestling in Japan. And it's fucking, sign me up, man. Like, I'm such a huge fan of women's wrestling, dude. And like, I just thought this was just it was a fun match. You saw the Joshis, you saw Suzuki and Rio teaming up to take down the bigger Nyla Rose. It was a really paced match, in my opinion. The match only went 12 minutes and 30 seconds here. Rio surprisingly picks up the win here, which, again, wins and losses are supposed to be mattering in AEW. So we're gearing towards a women's tournament and also women's tag team championships in AEW. So along also with the men's tag team championships, champions are going to be crowned here in the next couple months in AEW. So I want to see more Joshis in AEW, dude. I think Japanese women's wrestling is the shit. So, dude, yeah, totally want to see more of that. Our fourth match of the evening was a 4-way match here. The winner of this was going to be taken on, I believe it was Kip Sabian. So the winner of this would be facing Kip Sabian at Fight for the Fallen in 2 weeks. So Adam Page took on Jimmy Havoc, took on Jungle Boy with Luchasaurus and MJF. So this match only went 10 minutes, 50 seconds. Again, it's not like they're getting a lot of time here. Again, the whole show itself went 10 minutes or went only under 2 hours. So it's obviously not every match is going to get, 20 minutes a piece here or anything like that here. And I got to say with AEW, it seems like they're doing a pretty good job with the undercard, keeping it pretty, low key in terms of the time frame that these guys are getting. And really saving like the real long bouts for the main events. Like whatever 3 top promoted matches typically seem to get 20 minutes a piece or so, if not longer. Between these two, the last 2 shows that they've done now with Fyter Fest and Double or Nothing being the only 2 productions that AEW has put on here as an actual company and whatnot. Which they're definitely not just a t-shirt company anymore, guys. They're definitely not. So Adam Page ultimately gets at the win here. I got nothing really bad to say about this. I don't think this was really, it's not like this is the best match of the show or anything like that here. Jessica was watching this with me, this match, and she really had a thing for Jungle Boy. So I think Jungle Boy will be a power player years to come down the road, dude. I don't know if he's gonna have to evolve out of the Jungle Boy character maybe, but damn, dude, I liked it, dude. Jimmy Havoc, I like Jimmy Havoc. I like MJF. Again, this wasn't the best match of the night or anything, but I like all 4 of these guys. And Adam Page obviously is the right guy to win. He's going to be, facing Chris Jericho at All Out in Chicago Labor Day weekend, so the end of August, to crown the very first ever AEW champion. So obviously you want him to, continue momentum going into All Out here within the next, I guess it'd be a little bit, just about a little bit under 2 months at this point. So we did see Cody taking on Darby Allin in a singles match here. Now this match went to a 20-minute time limit draw here. So neither one picked up the win. I thought it was a pretty serviceable match. It definitely wasn't as good as what Cody and Dustin, Rhodes did. Last month at Double or Nothing, or when it was a Double or Nothing. I thought they're getting around pretty clever, with a clever way of getting around the whole Cody Rhodes name. They announced him Cody with Brandy Rhodes. Like that was, I like that. I thought that was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense on how you would announce him as Cody Rhodes by including Brandy Rhodes in there. But Darby Allin, dude, again, just like Jungle Boy and Jimmy Havoc and MJF, dude, or these guys. That's the one thing I like about AEW, dude. It's not like they're retreading with a bunch of fucking old, wrestlers from the 90s or, 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, these are all fresh fucking characters, dude. And I think that's like one thing that, I have fallen in love with professional wrestling in regards to is like finding new wrestlers, dude. It's like you're not relying on the fucking Attitude Era. You're not relying on bullshit that took place 20 years ago. It's like, I think I've said it before, man. I'm kind of sick and tired of the fucking D-Generation X. Not to say I'm sick and tired of Stone Cold Steve Austin because he's not on TV as often as some of the other shit is, but like it's okay that stuff is left in the past. Like The Undertaker and Goldberg. Did we really need to see that in 2019? No. But do we need to see Cody Rhodes take on Darby Allin? Fuck yeah, we need to see that in 2019. So all in all, I thought it was a good match. I think Darby Allin fucking doing that trust fall shit onto the fucking side of the ring apron. That was a fucking crazy spot, dude. I wouldn't mind seeing these two go at it again because obviously it was a time limit draw. That's fucking refreshing right there to have time limits within a fucking match. So it was a refreshing match to see a time limit draw for once, dude. So at the very end of the match, though, once they announced the time limit draw, fucking Shawn Spears, the former Ty Dillinger, shows up. So he turns heel here and he just wallops Cody, just an exposed chair shot to Cody's head and just busts him the fuck open, dude. Blood is everywhere after this, and you see SoCal Uncensored come out. You see Shawn Spears get the fuck out of there, So this is obviously leading to probably a match at All Out. I would assume that's going to be Shawn Spears taking on Cody. Yeah, dude. Good to see. I mean, you kind of thought about it. It's like, Shawn Spears wasn't going to come in here and get over. He's not going to be a retread of that whole perfect 10 bullshit. It's like you gotta fucking drop that immediately, dude. And so by him coming in here and making a statement by, a very questionable shot to the head. I don't know in today's day and age with the knowledge of concussions that was very smart. But nonetheless, though, I mean, it happened, and am I gonna fucking shit all over it? No, dude, because I think they are the anti-WWE at this point. This is anti-WWE. They're gonna do shit that WWE would never fucking do, and if they feel comfortable fucking doing it, these guys are the professionals. I'm not. If they feel they can take a fucking chair shot to the fucking head and then blade after and just make it fucking gush, dude. I really don't have. I kind of want to see more of that. I mean, not necessarily unprotected chair shots to the head, dude, but like I like seeing the blood, and as what we saw later in the main event, dude, is like I like seeing shit like that. It's like you don't see that shit all the time, and I'm not saying they're gonna do it all the time, but man, when they do it, it's fucking effective as fuck, dude. Like blood in professional wrestling is an effective tool when done right. Dude, I don't give a fuck. It's when done right and done when it needs to be done. It brings out the fucking emotion. So, again, I wouldn't mind seeing Cody and Darby Allin down the road, and I'm looking forward to seeing the feud between Shawn Spears and Cody develop here in the next 2 months, guys. So, with that being said, we go to our last official sanctioned match of the evening. The Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson taking on the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr., Rey Fenix, and Laredo Kid in 6-man tag team match action. Now, this match went 20 minutes and 50 seconds. I think it had a 30-minute time limit draw. The last two matches, actually, I don't even think the last one did because it was non-sanctioned. But so this one had a 30-minute time limited match. This, fucking the Young Bucks and the Elite coming out as Street Fighter characters. Obviously, this is piggybacking off that video game event, so it made sense. I don't know what was up with the guy at the beginning coming out and doing the Batista fucking gimmick, but he gets laid out. I don't know if there was production issues with us not seeing that specifically, but I think it's implied with all the little Hadouken. That was probably what took out the Batista dude at the beginning of the entrance there. But yeah, you see fucking Young Bucks coming out as fucking Ken and Ryu, which they said Ryu on the commentary. Pretty sure it's Ryu, motherfucker. Dude, big shout out. They got rid of Alex Marquez. Probably for the best, dude. Probably for the best. I thought the announcing was a lot better this time around compared to Double or Nothing. I think, again, you can't judge them based off one show. You can't judge them off 2 shows. You can't judge them off 3 shows. These guys are gonna have to get their fucking bearings together. And it's just like anything else. It's only gonna get better in time. And I thought Jim Ross, Excalibur, and Golden Boy. I've never heard of that guy before, but I thought he did a good job, dude. I thought the 3 of them meshed pretty fucking well, dude. So, I definitely look forward to more shows called by that tandem. So this match started off a little slow here and there, but they built up really nicely. And I want to say this and the main event were the two best matches on the show, obviously. Them getting Justin Roberts to do round 1 fight, that was amazing. Like James, I let Jameson watch this. He totally popped for that, dude, because we're all into video games and stuff, so getting the whole Street Fighter references in there and shit, he enjoyed that pretty hard, pretty hardcore, man. It was a good spot. But yeah, no, I mean, dude, these guys work fucking well together. Obviously, Kenny Omega picks up the win here. He's moving forward. He's going to be fighting Jon Moxley at All Out in 2 months. So you definitely want to, especially after losing to Chris Jericho at Double or Nothing, you definitely want him to get the pinfall here. Lucha Brothers, I know wins and losses are supposed to matter. This is their second loss. Same with the Laredo Kid making his debut in AEW. I think they're gonna compete hard in that tag team tournament if they could make it to the finals, in my opinion. And honestly, seeing the Lucha Brothers as the very first AEW tag team champions, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I don't think the Young Bucks are going to win, dude, because, they're in such high position as executives and whatnot that I just don't think they're going to put themselves over like that. It would be kind of frowned upon in a sense. People are like, oh, well, it's their promotion. They win. It's like Kenny Omega winning the world, being the very first world champions. I think Chris Jericho is going to pull it off, dude. I think Chris Jericho will be the very first AEW world champion, but nonetheless, though, this match was fucking awesome, dude. They hit the Hagu. I can't even pronounce it, dude. The fucking Street Fighter move. So at one point in the match there, and it was just a spot fest, dude. And I love spot fest, man. I love independent wrestling, dude. And it was I don't know if it was as good as the Lucha Brothers Young Bucks match the month previously, a Double or Nothing, but nonetheless, though, I thought this match delivered fucking hard. And definitely one of the highlights of the night, in my opinion. So our main event was a non-sanctioned match. Jon Moxley taking on Joey Janela. This match went 20 minutes even. damn, dude, barbed wire, thumbtacks, through tables. These two beat the shit out of each other, dude. I've heard of I've heard of Joey Janela. My exposure to Joey Janela is very limited. I have watched the documentary that they have on YouTube about him, and I've seen some of his CCW stuff where he gets fucking thrown off the roof through fucking glass and fucking light bulbs and whatever, dude. Like, the dude's fucking crazy, man. Not to say that they have a hardcore scene going, but I mean, with Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, fucking Joey Janela, and now Jon Moxley, man, these guys are like a deathmatch scene. You want to call it a deathmatch scene, dude. Jon Moxley looked like fucking $1,000,000, dude, coming out there, and they just beat the shit out of each other for 20 minutes, dude. Violent. Fucking violent. And again, this is anti-WWE. You're not going to see this shit in WWE. And I'm glad to see Jon Moxley in AEW, dude. Like, this is fucking refreshing as fuck. He didn't hit that stupid fucking move where he, like, comes off, like, he does, like, it wasn't a Dean Ambrose match, dude. This was a fucking Jon Moxley match, dude. And, he's going to be in the G1 Supercard this summer for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Obviously, he's won the IWGP US Championship against Juice Robinson, which I still haven't gone out of my way and seen that match, dude. I really need to. But his work so far in New Japan, his work so far in AEW, nothing but positive things to say, dude. Definitely, he's made me a fan, dude. Like, I may have not been a fan of Dean Ambrose, but, dude, I'm a fan of Jon Moxley, 100%. And, so Jon Moxley picks up the win here, and then out comes Kenny Omega, and just, I don't know if it was as much of a statement as the month prior when, Jon Moxley shows up, but nonetheless, he beat the shit out of fucking Jon Moxley, and at the very end, he has Jon Moxley on the ground after laying him out on the trash can with his own move, with the DDT, and boom, fucking, you see that big old smile on Moxley's face, and that's how we end AEW Fyter Fest. Damn, dude, from Daytona Beach, dude. So, again, was this like show of the year? Probably not. Was it as good as Double or Nothing? I think it's just as good, if not maybe just I don't know I don't want to say it was just as good, because considering that was the very first show from the company. But I think these last two shows, I think AEW is going to be successful one way or the other, dude. I don't see, this isn't Impact, this isn't Ring of Honor, this isn't like some, fly-by-night fucking company, dude. Like, they've put serious fucking money behind this. The people that are in charge of this company seem to know obviously know what the fuck they're doing, and are making, going to be making smart booking decisions. This is not WWE, dude. And speaking of WWE, which I should probably maybe save that for later, but like, I just want to make mention, I haven't talked about this yet, but they announced that Eric Bischoff's going to be running SmackDown, and Paul Heyman's going to be running Monday Night Raw, and ultimately just reporting to Vince McMahon. That's their boss, basically. I talk about, going back to the Attitude Era, and I do feel it's a scream of desperation, obviously, with the low ratings, the low attendance, because obviously with going to Stomping Ground last week, half the arena wasn't even fucking sold. Like, half the arena was blacked out, dude. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, like, based on that, dude, it's just kind of like, obviously something's wrong in WWE, dude. So, like, I'm not saying they need to completely hit the reset button, I don't even know if Paul Heyman and Bischoff running both SmackDown and Raw are, the be-all, end-all. I don't know if this is going to change the fucking shit around for them, but they obviously got to fucking do something, dude. Because AEW, when they put a show together like this, they got fucking Fight for the Fallen here in a couple weeks, which they announced that Evolve is going to be running on the WWE network and competing against fucking, AEW in 2 weeks. I mean, the war is on, dude. They don't want to call it a war, dude. It's a fucking war. Obviously, they're not competing for ratings, but damn, dude, they are competing for attention. And again, dude, like I talked about last week, man, like, my heart is always going to be WWE, dude. But damn, if I am not interested in my side bitch AEW, dude, I am almost completely sold. I would say I'm completely sold, but whatever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna end it here for our post show here for AEW Fyter Fest. We'll be back this week with some with all new content across the board. So we got an all new episode of the In the Mouth of Madness podcast dropping later on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. We're covering Breakdown, dude. So if you haven't seen this movie, I think it was a 1997 film featuring Kurt Russell. It's an action thriller type movie. I never had seen it until we watched it for the podcast, and dude, if you're a fan of Kurt Russell, man, I thought it was a pretty fun movie. and I wouldn't mind watching it again. And so we provide a pretty funny riff track for this, you know. So definitely, if you have a copy of that, or you have a means of finding a copy of that, I totally suggest, you know, syncing up our riff track to that and watching Breakdown along with us. And I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it, guys. You'll thoroughly enjoy it. Then we also have a brand new episode of the podcast that no one listened to. Also, we will be back with a new episode of the Totally Necessary Wrestling Podcast this coming Friday as well. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, dude, it's been so much fun this week, dude. I love coming back and listen, and you know, being able to talk to you guys. But until then, I am Kevin Porter, and I always suck at these, don't I? Most of the time I can get it good, but this one it's just like I'm a little hyped. I gotta go do dishes. I gotta go do shit, man. I got shit to do today. With that being said, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Kevin Porter. Until next time, peace.